Minister Alwendo said the way this project was planned, particularly the escalation in cost from 900 million at the start to $5.5 billion, should serve as a lesson to government to properly plan projects of such magnitude.
Now, obviously, there are some lessons I think we should have learned from this. I think one of the biggest lessons I think we have learned is probably that we should have probably taken more time to really understand the scope of the project and not to continue adding items as you went along. So initially, I think we should have done a better job really understanding the scope of this project, and therefore we should have known already from the beginning that it will come to this magnitude of the project, and for the timing probably maybe 3 years wasn't probably what it's supposed to be. It might have been 3 years based on what we thought then, but maybe if we had spent more time to really understand the scope of the project, we could have saved time and probably also money.
The project has gone through many controversies, which include a dispute over the US-Namibia dollar ratio, to the extent that the Anti-Corruption Commission got involved to investigate the matter. Other issues that came up were the construction of a new jetty that was not in the original plan, the need for additional pipelines for some products, and more land to accommodate the size of the project.
Now, when you start changing things, obviously there would be delays. There were some delays also that have contributed to the figure, increasing to that magnitude. Not only those items, but also during the time the foreign exchange also changed. At the time when the contract was issued, the Namibian dollar, US dollar exchange rate was about $14, Maggie, was 10. It's about 10, and we all know that after that the exchange rate went up to 15 at times. Now obviously because of the 80% being in US dollars, that amount in Namibian dollar terms obviously had to increase, unfortunately.
The tender for the project was given to a joint venture between 3 companies: the China Harbour Engineering and Construction Company, Babyface Civils, and the Road Contractors Company. Since it was realized that most construction material would have to come from outside Namibia, it was decided at the tendering process that 80% of the cost should be in US dollars and the remaining 20% in Namibia dollars. Alwendo's clarifications come after the cabinet last week directed his ministry to investigate alleged irregularities pertaining to the tender. These include determining whether there was a mismatch between the size of the tanks and the land made available, and breach of confidentiality in the acquisition of the land to the contractor, as well as to ensure that the land was purchased at market value.